Hi everybody, Dr. Jen here. Today as we explore autonomy, I want to talk about the environment that you're creating in your house. So when we look at a parenting style, we look at two different types of styles. One is an autonomy-supportive parenting style, which means that we recognize that our kids are individuals and that they're going to make their own decisions, and we support them in that instead of a controlled environment where we're pushing them in the direction of what we think is best for them. Now, most of us probably bridge these two examples, especially when our kids are young. So if I think of my own household, the number of times that I've encouraged my child to stay in a sport for another season, to give it a longer try, even though my child didn't want to do that sport again, certainly has come up many times over the years in a more controlled parenting type of style. But overall, when we look at the research, what we want to start to foster is an environment where our kids feel safe in their own identities, so that we have supported their autonomy enough along the way and we've given them enough indications that their choice is important to us, more important to us than our own personal feelings around something. That they're comfortable to disclose anything that comes up in their lives. So some of the research that has looked at this quite a bit is around disclosing sexual identity. So this can be a very difficult thing for a teenager to disclose to their parents, is their sexual identity. And we find that when kids disclose this type of information into an autonomy-supportive environment, there's a protective effect on their well-being. So they're better able to preserve and maintain their well-being. That piece of their autonomy umbrella is protecting them from what can sometimes be a very stressful event in their lives. On the other side, when we see kids disclosing this information into a controlled environment, they feel very much at the mercy of whatever their parents' opinion is of that, and there's not that same protective effect on their well-being. And this doesn't just go for sexual identity. This applies across the board to anything our kids need to tell us and disclose to us that they may or may not feel we personally support in our own opinions and choices in life. So think about creating early on an environment where you're really indicating to your kids that you support their decisions in life, and you will see as they get older that you've created an environment that they're more able to share difficult things with you, and that their well-being is better preserved in that type of an environment.